Hello, hello, good evening. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Cinco Bingo. I'm your one and only commentator for this evening, Picolax Salt. With me in the racing booth is AzraelRavenheart and TomPouce. Now, this is a round 2 losers bracket match. The winner of this goes on to, if I can double check, they go on to face Like a Noob 100 in round 3. And whoever loses is out of the tournament. So we should have an exciting match for you tonight. Should have the countdown for the runners in just a moment, but before we get that, let's just take a quick look at the card. Already we've got 2 basically guaranteed bingos. Row 3, which has 7 different flying type Pokemon, that tends to be more free than it looks. Keeping in mind that it has given runners trouble in previous matches. Soft Sand you get for free, HMO 5, just a couple of fights to get that. Haircut is free, minus a little bit of money. Maximum Phone Book, very much free. Also looking at TLBR, Lugia's room tends to be a bit of a stumper for runners in this tournament, as far as I've noticed. But once you learn the movement, it's basically a free goal, and everything else on that diagonal is free. HMO 2 really is a major guaranteed indicator of progress. Barring any shenanigans, I expect both our runners to mark this goal. In terms of some of the worst goals, it's really nothing that bad except for Protect, Detect, Endure. Other than that, these runners shouldn't have too much trouble. Let's just hope the ROM plays nicely for them. Still waiting for the countdown in the Discord, so how are you guys doing? Feeling alright? Gonna sit here awkwardly waiting for the Twitch delay to catch up. Yeah, okay, I'll do the countdown. Alright, I've sent the runners off. They should be up and running in a couple seconds. Alright, so right off the bat we have Azrael setting 10 PM at night. TomPouce setting 10 AM. Fairly interesting choices. I'm not sure why Azrael went with 10 PM, unless he's expecting this race to take more than 2 hours. Tom's setting Tuesday, so he's gonna be able to do the contest. Azrael setting Saturday, same thing for him or her. I don't know their genders. Please correct me in chat if I misgender one of our racers. Right. So, starters, we've got a Misdreavus. Donphan, and Snorlax. So none of these are particularly bad. I would say the Snorlax is pretty good if it has Stab and maybe something to deal with the Misdreavus. Azrael just going straight for the Misdreavus. Checking that out. Synthesis Constrict sets with Talk Shadow Ball. So that's Stab Shadow Ball and it's holding a TM12, which is Sweet Scent. Snorlax holding TM24. Nice. And that went a little bit too quickly for me to see the moveset on that Snorlax, but hopefully I'll get another glimpse in a few minutes or so. There's Grimer. That's sometimes on the card. I don't think it's on this one. Azrael also finds a Grimer. Same. So, one thing that a lot of runners do with Protect, Detect, and Endure on the card, and particularly with the Rock type move on the card, is they'll pick up Pokeballs and then they'll just catch everything. Also, it gets stretched with 30 plus owned on the card. That's Umbreon. That's pretty good special Pokemon if Tom wants that. Yeah, Mono Ghost is a fairly decent type and doesn't have too many weaknesses, and it's immune to both normal and fighting type. I suppose that's a good thing if you don't want to get hit by the Dynamic Punch. Got Poliwag on its vanilla route. Can someone tell me what kind of randomizer this is? There's a Moltres. So, that's the flying type, and a pretty strong Pokemon in its own right. And it's also good for a Rock-type move, because the enemy AI will prioritize super effective moves, and Moltres is quad weak to Rock. So, you know, while it might have trouble in battles against Rock-type moves, it's able to attract Toxic Aurora Beam, so it's not a very good moveset. I don't think Azrael is going to really want to run that. So far, nothing terribly runnable on Route 30 as far as I've seen. Maybe Tom's going to run into something here. Nope, just a Poliwag again. I don't know, maybe Azrael will find something. Right, so Tom's going to come up to his rival fight. He did give his rival Misdreavus. Azrael gave his rival Donphan, so later on in the game they'll be getting different info from their rivals from each other. But for now, let's just peek at what this Snorlax has. Eesh. Well, at least it has Bite, so it can handle the Misdreavus. Seismic Toss, Bite, counter. Not really good moveset for Snorlax. There's a whole lot of nothing in Route 30, it looks like, so Azrael's just gonna head over to the rival fight. It's not necessary to win this fight. If you lose, you can continue on to Newbark Town, talk to the professor and whatnot. But if you win, you get a nice chunk of money. And that can help with routing a little later on. Now, this Donphan's not doing anything to Azrael, so he's having no problem getting through this rival fight. Why not? Alright. TomPouce rather, not bothering to check the moves on the next lineup. It's not gonna have a rock. Giving his rival a generic name. Not even showing support for his opponent. Azrael doing the same. You often see runners naming their rivals after their race opponent. Which is kind of a nice touch. A good shout out to their opponent. Let's see if Tom finds anything here. He finds a Parasect. And it's female, so for most Pokemon, females are on the lower end of the DB spectrum, DB being the 16-bit value that underlies basically your stats. So if you're at the higher end of the attack DV, you're male, and you have a better attack stat. Who's gonna catch this thing? Maybe it has a move, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? Yeah. Repeating a comment made in chat, maybe one of these pokes on the card will be in the Kiza spot, i.e. one of the areas that Kiza on the number 1 seeded player in this tournament often visits when he's making a desperation play. And we see both runners just spamming encounters on Route 29, getting the same exact thing between them. I love the sync. Tom's giving up though. Maybe he'll find something on Route 31 or Dark Cave, who knows. Azrael fending the Umbreon. See if he decides to go with it. There's Paris, which is on the card. Alright, that's a Paris for Tom. He hasn't marked it yet, though. There we go. Alright, it's marked in real life. It'll show up in the stream momentarily. We're trying a new thing where, the card is on a delay. So that it's consistent with the actual... He's catching another one?! Okay. Well, now he has two. Oh, breeding pair, right. That's actually a good play from him. Submission. Azrael also finding the Paris. Yeah. Kind of difficult to keep up when it's just me doing commentary, so that's why I'm relying on you guys to help me out. Anyway, we have a Nidoran female on the youngster with the phone number. It might be useful information later on. We do have Nidoking, Nidoqueen on the card. Oh, and I just noticed that two different evolutions is on the card too. So that Umbreon that Azrael picked up, also useful for that goal. There's an Aerodactyl, that's a flying type. Could also have a stab rock move. Eh? Oh, it does! Oh my god! I totally called that! I did not get this from before this race. Okay, so Tom saw the rock move. Let's see if Azrael sees it too. I don't think Azrael saw the rock move, but again, I could have missed it. Oh, and it's also on the car! Jesus Christ. Well, Tom's catching the Ammonite. Let's see what it has. So, Tom at least knows that Aerodactyl has a rock type move. So he'll probably look for that later. This bug catcher is completely optional that Azrael's fighting right now. But he does give anime info. Sadly, I don't think Poliwrath Slowking's on this card. It's Stormy Cloister this time around. Oh, there's Tyranitar. It's a good Pokemon, possibly runnable, has a sleep-inducing move. And Amnesia. Ugh. Not so confident about it anymore. Oh, let's just wake up. That would be super. I was real thinking for a minute. Do I want to run the Donphan? Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, so the delay on the card is still a little bit fast. There we go. So, free King's Rock if Azrael thinks to pick it up. Azrael, meanwhile, checking slots in Dark Cave. Not a bad play. We've seen precious little in terms of runnable Pokemon. Yeah, you're right. Smell like sleeping. What kind of rando? Did he check the moves on Ammonite? I didn't see the moves on the Tyranitar. My restream lagged out right at the critical moment. But the Ammonite has nothing too impressive. Azrael now picking up the King's Rock. He's going to fight this bug catcher. I think that Azrael may have just forgotten which bug catcher gives a number. Why are you selling a potion? That's a safety, you're gonna need that! There's a perfectly bad TM that you could have sold instead. That's 1,500. You could have bought 3 escape ropes with that. Plus the money you already had. Anyway, I wasn't paying attention to what Azrael saw for info, but he's now finding the teacher. Finds it at level 5, it's a male. He's just chucking balls at it, not even caring what it has. Its last move was Icy Wind. Is Tom stream a bit fast? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I do believe he started a couple seconds early compared to Azrael. So, not much in the way of info on this first trainer in Sprat Tower. We did see a Venonat, but we already have that goal, so that's not going to be too big for this race. And the Tyranitar's moveset isn't terribly impressive. It has 1 weak special move, 1 okay special move, and then 2 non-damaging moves. Yeah. Well, RNG hater, it could use a grand move, that is true, but that's... Oh, it's learning Boom! What the heck? Okay. Boom Tyranitar strats! Azrael prioritizing Pokeballs. I don't think he's too confident with what he's found so far. Probably going to grind for something else in Sprout Tower. Find the Nabra. It's a bit of a frail Pokemon. Could be good if you can get it to evolve into Kadabra. Ooh, that is cross-chop Natu. Not what a teacher wants to see. It is quad weak against fighting type. And I do believe the Natu outspeed. Yeah, he's just setting. Meanwhile, Azrael's not going to have any of those problems. He's skipping the item up there, though. Not sure if he doesn't know it exists, or if he's just blitzing to get Flash. Would -1 Natu outspeed teacher? It might. Depends on how unlucky Tom was with the teachers. May have been a speed tie though. Tom makes it through the Natu okay. Now has to deal with this Tauros, which has Hydro Pump. All in all, not looking too great for T-Turn in this fight. Level 10 is a Grastoise. With Dig. Oh my god. Yeah, this T-Tar is having a heck of a time. But Tom's the first one to make it through, get the Flash HM. And with that extra experience, he's set up fairly well to take on Falker's gym. This is gonna rope on out of there. Meanwhile, this Misdreavus not having to worry about any of those moves that had Tom in so much of a bind. Ah, nice play from Azrael. Healing on the dig turn. Alright, so the level 9 involved system is a Firo with the Outrage. Nothing too bad. At least as far as the Tyranitar is concerned. On this guy, another Onyx. Brilliant. And a Stantler, so nothing too useful in terms of the card. Would have been nice for them to have found the Stantler earlier on. It's a nice Pokemon to run. It has good physical attacking stats. Alright, so coming up to Faulkner. Faulkner has 2 Pokemon, a level 7 and a level 9. The level 7 today is a Bayleaf, which is almost a Grastoise. And an Otter. So apparently Faulkner switched places with Erica today. So TomPouce is the first one of our 2 runners here to beat Faulkner, get his TM. It's Mach. Not too much of a lead over his opponent, though. Azrael's just about to start Faulkner. Choosing to potion on this tile. And he's not saving. He's just that confident in his Misdreavus. Not quite sure why Tom's choosing to hold on to his Paris right now. Arguably, it's faster to just box them, catch Pokemon so that you can check their moves immediately, and then when it comes time to drop them off at the daycare, you can withdraw them at the same time that you box the odd egg. But it's fine. Tom will just have to remember to check his PC later for the rock type move and check Detect Endure. Yeah, I know he's going to be breeding the 2 Paris, but he doesn't need to keep them on him. for this part of the game. He only really needs them when he goes to drop them off at the daycare, and he can route in withdrawing them from the PC in the same session where he drops off the odd egg. Yeah, exactly. They reproduce by spreading their mushroom. Azrael, you don't have the bike yet. It's allergy season up here. Well, we're on the subject of spores and mushrooms. Okay, so Tom's fighting this fisherman. That's going to be his third phone number from X phone book. Azrael almost skipping this girl. Okay. There's the boom strats. And also Flareon info for Tom, so that's more or less 2 EV evolutions in the bag. And a rare candy, so if Tom wanted to revive his T-Tar now, he could. The mechanic for that is if you use a rare candy when you're fainted, the boost to maximum health points actually also increases your current health points. And so you can go from fainted at 0 to non-zero and not fainted. So Tom's taking the center to heal up his T-Tar, and while he's at it, picking up the old rod to do fishing strats in the cave. Azrael's cashing this deck and didn't catch what it had. Oh, he's doing it for rating. Okay. Gotcha. Tom gets an item in Union Cave. That might cost some time later on if it's soft sand. Soft sand tends to be one of the more annoying items to get. TM28, so that's dig. So if Tom decides to teach that, he'll never have to worry about escape ropes again. Azrael taking this route to fight the fisherman with a number. Not a route you often see. Yeah, what you said, RNG. Dig is a grand move, and fairly powerful at that. It is a 2-turn move, but when you're a T-Tar, that really doesn't matter too much. If anything, it's beneficial because it allows you to see a potentially catastrophic move from your opponent while you're underground avoiding it. I did not see what Tom did with fishing strikes. I don't think he actually used the old rod. It's a little surprising. Azrael also not doing fishing. Okay. Kind of would have liked to see what's in the water here, but I guess our letters are confident enough with their mains that they're just not bothering. TomPouce not learning Scary Face, that's a good call. So the two items that Tom kept in Eden Cave aren't really as major as Soft Sand. Azrael fighting Hiker Anthony, who in this ROM is Tamer Tate. I mean, as a whole, this isn't a really good trainer to be hit by, but at least he has a number. So it's not a total loss of time. Normally you want to save before fighting him, because he has 2 level 11s, which do significant damage if you're not prepared. Quagsire. Another poke that's sometimes on the card. Yeah, seriously, what the heck is this from? The Scary Face is a vanilla move, as RNG Hater points out in chat. So Azrael's now starting to well, a couple of fights behind Tom. So he does have the extra... Did he just use a PP up? I don't think I've ever seen that in the bingo. Ooh, Data Queen info. So, that's good for our runners, assuming that, you know, Data Queen is in a favorable location. By which I mean, not... Ooh. That's Rock Slide from the Fable. So that's the second Rock-type move that Tom has seen. Let's see if Azrael gets that info too. Hoping he does. Ooh, and children info on the last rocket. That's also quite useful. You can just use a water stone on that to get Cloister for Stormy Cloister. Anyway, the next fight, assuming normal routing, is going to be the twins in Bugsy's gym, and you can fight either the left one or the right one. They both have a different set, and fighting one locks you out of fighting the other. So, if Azrael goes right, they could get info that Tom doesn't get. And that could be potentially big in this race. And one of the things to keep in mind about all this information the runners are getting is these Pokemon can easily be in Whirl Islands, Tin Tower, Mount Silver, and nowhere else. Dragon's Den 2 is another place where you don't want to see a Pokemon on the card show up on the Pokédex. Because those are areas that you really can't get to until much later in the game. And it also increases the possibility that the easiest place to find these Pokemon is in Kanto, which again, you can't get to until much later in the game. Rexy's starting out with a Wooper. Not too threatening. He's stand corrected. That's Megahorn. Megahorn's one of those moves that Tyranitar really does not like to see. And submission on oh my god. And Azrael taking a heal. Little surprising. You get a free heal from Hurt after seeing the well. I guess Azrael doesn't know that. Okay. Tom teaching Dick now. So that's going to deal neutral damage on both the Wooper and the Horsey. So I would say that's the correct play. Mr. was trying to learn hard in there. Not the best of moves. Oh, and he's poison. He's not healing the poison though. I wonder what he has in plan. Seismic toss in the seasonal, good call. Tom's coming up on the rival 2 fight. And this is the first fight where the different starters will really come into play. So Tom's rival starts off with the Machamp. Fairly powerful Pokemon. It's using Thrash though. So it's possible that Machamp doesn't have much of anything to use against T-Tar. And a Furret. Double slap T-Bolt Furret. I'd totally run that. Team 49 rolling kick. Turn. Turn. Nice crit from Tom to win the fight. He's gonna move on into Alex Forest. And this is where you get your first, well, really second HM in the game. The first one that you can use to open up a path, which is Cut. To get Cut, of course, you have to chase this Farfetch'd around the forest. A little tedious. And a good way to kill or repel. Azrael's rival starting off with a Grand Bowl. With Ice Beam. Not much else. And a Dratini. So neither rival had much info for our runners. A little unfortunate. revival herb. I would have tossed something. Oh, and a water stone. If Tom had thought to put that up, that would have been big. Because there is shoulder info in the ROM. So it looks like he is going to go the long way back to pick up the water stone. Okay. I mean, sure, if you wanna. Tom picking up DM12. Azrael already has that. Yep. Ooh, Zapdos. I'm gonna say, let's see what moves it had, but it just dies. Azrael skipping over the water stone. Possible that they don't know that item is there. Not very obvious. So, Tom's now setting up his breeding pair for that third egg. So, he remembers. Nope. Didn't deposit. Odd egg. Maybe he'll remember. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little slow, but, you know. At least it's done. Right, this guy, he only has one Pokemon and a phone number. They're setting up their breeding pair. Tom did not check whether their brother and sister, which is actually a thing in Gen 2. There's a very slim chance that two Pokemon, same species, with the same trainer ID will be unable to breed at all. Azrael doesn't run into that problem. You can tell by the text when you talk to them. Tom didn't even check. And in the worst case scenario, that could come back to bite him hard in the rear. And he's not picking up Kenya. This some new no Kenya strat never heard of? Sure. Well, there's Eevee info from the school kid. Wondering if Azrael's going to fight him again, also for the phone numbers. Kenya today is an Onyx. With nothing impressive. 20 TMs, so the thing about the headbutt TM is if you teach it, you can buy more of them. And same thing goes for Rock Smash. Once you pick up either of those TMs, they set a flag in memory that basically says, hey, the Mark sells these TMs now. Azrael's doing the contest. He picks up a Scyther. Not a bad Pokemon in his own right. It also happens to be a flying type. And of course, it's one of 30 Pokemon that you need to own for that goal on the card. Also a Charmeleon part of the contest. So you have to wonder if Tom was paying attention to when that was marked. Also, yeah, Scyther, a bug-type Pokemon in the contest. What kind of rando? Who's leading? I would say our runners are just about neck and neck right now. Tom definitely has an edge in goals. He just got Max Phone Book. Yep. There's a piece of celery in the contest too. Yeah, Tom does have a lead on progress in the game. He did talk to the flower shop girl first. Azrael wins with a Scyther. It has Dig! Okay. Dig and stab wing attack. Sure. Thinking emoji. So TomPouce decided to ride the Kenyan on his way back. Not a bad play, but not a typical play either. Anyway, Tom's now checking out Mithy's gym. Did he know that it's shaped like a fairy? I bet you didn't. K-Chop Dugong. Yep. Well, Tom makes it through alive. Good for him. Yeah. Some of the Pokemon in this game are just a little too much for Cheetar. See what Mithy has today. Her Pokemon are level 18 and 20. The 18 today is a Totodile. I don't know why it's still a Totodile. Maybe she's going for Soft Starter evolving. Was that Endure that I just saw on the Totodile? us! Totodile has Endure! It's been found! It exists! Good gravy. Alright, so let's see if Azrael gets that same information. So far, they've been cheated on the rock-type move info. Attract? What kind of rando? Oh, jeez. So, Tom's now going to pick up the haircut and possibly get himself the coin kits as well that will allow him to check 3 slots in the game corner. Yeah. In general, stream peeking, i.e. The runners looking at each other's streams, or at the restream, or at their chat, or at the restream chat, is not allowed in randomizer, because you can get information unfairly that way. So Azrael not seeing Endure. So... Tom, what are you doing? You can dig from there, you know. Yeah, so the runners can see the card. They both have the same card. And they're both marking goals on that card. And Tom, why are you not winning the contest? There's a Pokemon on the card there. Go, do the contest. No! Come back! Come back! I don't know what Tom's thinking. He may think that Azrael's further behind than he is. Azrael giving Southside strat. Yeesh. Crunch Fable. And still not seeing that rock type move. So, when it comes to these move goals, Azrael's pretty starved for information. It's, fortunate. Oh, so Azrael thought the old lady was a haircut brother. Yeah, that was a pretty tight move in Tom, almost hitting the optional twins. Good evening, Cyclone. Welcome to the chat. We're about an hour in. Tom's our first runner to make it to Red Critique. Cloyster is a game corner Pokemon. So that could be interesting. We'll see if Azrael decides to go for that later on. Meanwhile, let's focus here on these Guano Girls. There are 5 trainers that you have to fight in order to get HMO 3. You pretty much need HMO 3 to get through the rest of the game. aside from being a pretty powerful move in its own right, having, I think it's 95 power and 100 accuracy. There is a water route that you need to cross using Surf in order to get much further in the game. Specifically to get to Chuck's gym, which is required to get Fly. You can buy coins, yes. I mean, if you couldn't buy coins, then how could you play the slots? Like, suppose the only way to get coins was to get a one-time gift. If you lost all those coins gambling, you'd never be able to play the slots again. I did not see what that Machoke had, but it looked painful. Oh, Vital Throw. Oh, God. Not only is T-Tar quad weak to it, but on Machoke it stabs, so it gets a really hefty bonus power. The mirror match of the century. So, Tom now picking up Surf. I imagine he's going to teach it over Icy Wind. You know, considering that he's holding on to Boom. Where's a Lapras? For the defeat a Lapras. Excuse me, for the defeat a Lapras goal, which unfortunately not on this card. And a Suicune? What kind of rando? Good that he's teaching Surf. Okay, he's teaching it over Explosion. I don't disagree with that. Taking this opportunity to heal before heading into Rival 3, which will have 3 unique Pokemon this time around. Freak, Azrael did not see Endure on Totodile. So, as I've said before, Azrael is pretty darn starved for information. So, you know, assuming that Aerodactyl, Clefable, and or Totodile are in easy to find areas, Tom has a definitive advantage for those goals. Oh, I guess... Oh, neat. Lickitung is Rock Slide. Did Azrael catch that? Dear Diary, today Triple Kick hit 3 times. Anyway, Azrael's Rival 3 has a bay leaf and a seal so far. And attention. So, not much in the way of info, also not much in the way of barriers to progress on Azrael's side. Meanwhile, we continue to see just how water-walled Tom is. And because of this super trolley fight, Azrael pulls ahead. And we have to wait to hear the legendary beast cries. This sequence. Dear Diary. Today Triple Kick hit 3 times and killed me again. There. Oh, what Chaos said. As crazy as it sounds, Boom actually unwalls Tom. Like... Meanwhile, Azrael's the first one to enter Morty's gym. Azrael makes quick work of the first. He's fighting the second trainer. Okay, I mean, this trainer is completely optional, but maybe some more info. Yeah, Tom's gonna be walled in this fight for quite. I think its best hope is to either get a burn or to backtrack to Violet or Golden Rod and pick up X items. X attack would be super nice against this week. At least the triple kick energy is being a little nicer. He makes it past this week this try, which is good. And its last Pokemon is Zapdos, so that shouldn't be... It has Step Thunder Punch! Why? Dear God. So Tom makes it through. These rumors are. So left was Raichu, I believe Ponyta, and Electrode. Ashdown, no, you don't need to complete all the goals, you only need to get 5 lines. And they can be any 5 rows, columns, or diagonal. They're allowed to intersect, so anywhere from 17 to maximum 23 goals will get you to Cinco. And that's why it's called Cinco Bingo, because Cinco means 5 in Spanish. Anyway, that Electric Suicune would be a good Pokemon kill if Defeat 2 Electros was on the card, and Defeated Level 40 was on the card. So Ezra is fighting this trainer who gives the phone number. She's the one you fight for the Defeat a Last goal, or call a last goal, rather. She has a Mischievous, so not very useful info. And a Nidoran male, which could be useful if Azrael wants to do that strat for Nidoking, Nidoqueen. But there is Mischievous to level 30. That's the first level 30 Pokemon in the race. As you can see, Ezra's not terribly confident with some of these spinners. Yeah, 5 significa cinco in English. Wow. That Spanish is worse than the Spanish in Pizza Chat. Just say. 5 significa cinco en inglés. Dios mío. ¿Cuántas veces tengo que decir eso? Anyway. Pardon my terrible Spanish accent. You guys. So Azrael's doing his dex checks now. He has Charmy info. That's Ilex and Union. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That could be 34. I'm not terribly confident with those 2 areas on the map. Yeah, the last one was definitely Meme Tower, which I'm not even considering. Because you literally can't get to it. Azrael was looking for Starmie. So, Alex is probably the better of those two locations. Has 3 grass slots. Sorry, 3 water slots, 7 grass slots. Meanwhile, Union has, oh boy, 3 water slots, 10 grass slots, sorry, 7 grass slots, so 10 slots total on each of 3 floors. So it's 3 times the number of slots. Which means that if Azrael were to look for a convenient cave, he'd be looking quite a while. Also, Tom meets his nemesis, Vital Throw. Azrael going straight into Chuck's gym, not even saving before these 2 trainers who fight you back to back. Yeah, stats-wise, Mischievous isn't the greatest Pokemon, but it's carried Azrael this far. And it does have Stab Shadow Ball, which is itself a good move, and seems to be a great choice for this ROM in particular. Having all of these Psychic Ghost-type Pokemon out there. So Tompound's now finishing up Morty. It's probably just gonna blitz on over to Olivine. Putting Frank on his Mischievous over. Yeah, I can see that play. Since it's a good crutch for the early game when you don't really have that much money for potions. But at this point in the game, it's better to have the strong physical moves. Well, look, it's Unknown. Did you know that Unknown is stronger than Kirlia? Oh boy, Pansy. I love these names. So Azrael's going to start the truck fight now. If everything goes smoothly, they're going to be the first one to get HMO2 Fly. And enter what I call the cleanup phase. Not what I call, what everyone calls cleanup phase. And Tom gets hit by the spinner. So... oh god. Scyther's getting big! And there's a rock move from Vulpix. So that's information that Azrael now has. Good play, by the way, sending out that Scyther, drawing out the rock type move. This This obstacle is giving Tom a bit of trouble here, but he makes it through. And he didn't repel, and now he's not going to be able to run. So, yeah, Azrael's moves, that's good. Typically like to have Sweet Scent first move slot and find the second on my ancient slave. Yeah, that paralysis and Rhinotar and not having the repel up pretty much makes this a gauntlet for Tom. You find a Golbat, which Tom runs from? Okay. I mean, it's possible that he's not going for Flying type poke. He tries an Espeon though. And it gets in the ball. What a friend. Yeah, that Espeon is good for the 2 EV evolution goals. There's also the Umbreon, Route 29. Tom decides to go back and look for it again. Ezra is going to pick up the 2 TMs over here, and then most likely it's going the wrong way. He's just picking up the item here. And yeah, after he picks up these 2 TMs, which is a random TM and TM10 hidden power, I assume he's going to fly back to the lake and take on the shiny. That'll be his second level 30 Pokemon. And neither of our runners did fly skip. Azrael already has his, and Tom's gonna get his in a few minutes. Yeah, it's cool. I'm kind of yawning at the moment, too. Puppy Tar. Huh. It's actually kind of funny, because now Tom's going to have 2 Pokemon. And it has Endure! Okay, so Azrael saved. So, missing out on that Totodile Endure information earlier on didn't really hurt Azrael at all. This has Flame Wheel, Attract, Safeguard, so it's a good candidate for 4 non-damaging moves, if that was on the card. Sadly, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't also have a rock move, but fortunately Azrael has the Vulpix info. So, if he remembers that, he'll check his decks for it. Looks like he's going to do the Violet Loop. Yep. Gonna get that Kano the heck out of his party. Why is this Pokemon so special? It doesn't have any mail. All it has is Sweet Scent and Fly. There we go. He's also picking up the experience share. That's on the card. That's also useful if he wants to raise up an Nidoran for her Nidoking, Nidoqueen. he doing? Oh no. Oh no. He isn't. He is. Azrael, why? Why this? Why now? I disagree with this play. With this timing. Yeah. You know you're ahead in progression. You've got a bunch of goals that you can just knock off quickly. You don't need to be making this gamble. The Suicune's an Electrode. Right, so Tom's now picking up his HMO too. Has not marked it yet. Got 10 owned, so he's quite a ways off from 30. There we go. Marked on my end, it'll be marked on stream in just a little bit. Oh no, you forgot to keep fly. Did all that menuing. And there's a Mewtwo in here. This is part of why doing this now is not the best play. There is easier fights on the card. You can get Soft Sand, you can do Glacier Badge. Sorry about the, what is there? Still working at the spoon. Poliwrath with Ice Punch? What kind of rando? Wait, Tompounce is probably looking for the Starmie in here. They've seen a Hitmon. I have not seen a Hitmon. Have you seen a Hitmon? That's an Elekid. Yeah. I have not seen anything that either is a Hitmon or becomes a Hitmon. Hopefully the Soft Sand girls have it. Anyway, Azrael is going to enter an epic fight with the level 40 legendary Electrode. Let's see what move he decides to use against it. He just chucks a Master Ball. Alright. So, either this Starmie is a 10% or it's in the water. The Electrode has Rock Slide! Oh my god, that's something that Tom's probably not going to see, because I imagine his route is going to be to try the 40 and Route 45. Or the 30, rather. It's a Shuckle! Eevee is a Shuckle today. He's trying to get the number. He probably doesn't know that you have to talk to Bill's sister. I'm gonna make a note of that. Alright, so who else does Azrael need to fight for opponent? Also, just a general comment. If you're doing these tournaments, you should probably bone up on how to complete certain goals, where hidden items are, things of that nature. Because if you get a goal in a vital spot on the card and you don't know how to do it, you're just going to flounder through the whole game trying to find stuff that doesn't exist, rather than doing the simple thing that you don't know how to do. There's a mold trace in the water. It's at level 20, which means it would have learned, I think, 2 moves? Yeah, this one would have definitely learned 2 moves since the one we saw in the beginning of the game. I'm actually curious to see what... That's a Stardust. That's pretty good money. And there's a Hitmonlee. So I believe that's our first Hitmon info. And a Nidoking! Alright. Everything's just falling into Azrael's lap. And I completely missed where that Hitmonlee was. So, if chat could fill me in, that'd be super duper. Yeah, I know Hitmon was on a trainer, but Tom did a dex check, and I missed the dex check. So if anyone wants to fill me in on that, that'd be super. I will take that as a you didn't see it either. Alright, that's fine. Oh, it's in the well. Okay. Alright, so Tom is now going to pick up his rock move, Shiny Puppytar. Ironically, a smaller version of his own main. And one which is quad weak to water. Well, yeah, I remember. I did have a note that Electrode had the rock type move, so because Azrael was banking on the possibility that Electrode still had the move. But Tom taking the rocket route is definitely slower. Especially considering that he had just one there. Oh, I see what he was doing. He was going for the TM, but hadn't talked to Lance yet. Anyway, Azrael gets the soft sand. Actually thinking about his next play. So he has a Hitmonlee info. You could get that for BLTR and conjunction with 20 different PMs. Still needs to finish up Max Phone Book and Flying Folks. That'll give him row 3. Lugia's Room will give him TLBR. And then you can probably guess where the Ammonite is, or just look up the Aerodactyl. So, right now Azrael has the clearest path to Cinco. Tom, meanwhile, navigating the harshness of winter. Right. Azrael finds a cloister. That's good for him. That'll give him row 5 fairly easy. Freak, the Puppy Tar has Endure. It's the Electrode that had the rock move. Yeah. Flareon is in Mount Moiter and Meme Island, so we can scratch that off. Checking the Aerodactyl now. That's not a bad place. I think that's Alex Forest. And Tom running into the Anita King now. So that's a good find for him. See if he remembers to pick up the TM in this room. Yep. 40. Azrael picking up a Spinnerack. This is part of why I'm not too happy with the play in Electrode as early as Az did, is because that actually locks him out of a couple of fights that yield decent experience for leveling things up. So if you can do all your catching stuff before doing the heavy fighting, that is potentially a good play. Because that'll allow you to get all the evolutions you need in a fairly efficient manner. Yeah, he might do Glacier, but again, that's only 5 more trainers at most. And not all of them have the best in the way of Pokemon levels. Meanwhile, okay, so Starmie was in the water in Ilex, as we've determined. But anyway, so Price's Gym might not give all the experience you need to evolve a Spinnerack at level 7 into an Ariados. And because Azrael already took care of Tin Tower and Soft Sand, if he doesn't get up to... If he doesn't get up to evolution level for Spinnerack, he might have to go into Claire's Gym. And that's going to be a significant time loss. There we go. There's a Hitmonlee. It also happens to be a level 30. So that's good. So, right now, Tom also appears to be close to a path finish. He just needs to clean up some of the goals around Goldenrod, finish up TM, grab the experience share. Let me think about this for it. Okay, so Azrael finds the Aerodactyl. That's good for him. Aerodactyl, you'll recall, has Stab Edge power, which also counts for Pokemon with the Rock type move. So that's Road 2 done for Azrael. Now, the question is, does Azrael know how to do Lugia's? Yeah, this is the Cinco bingo, so you need to get 5 rows, columns, or diagonals in order to win. And once you've met that win condition, you need to press the done button in your bag. Well, there's TM34. That's not on the card. Yeah, follow our commentators, Picalax and Keys. Someone fix that, please. Keys isn't actually commentating this race. What's Tom doing? He has a haircut. Did he not pick up the coin case? I could have sworn he did. Yeah, he would. I mean, I'm taking notes. Because I have a lot to question the runners on. Also, Azrael's checking Mount Mortar. This is potentially a mistake. Alright. Well, Tom picks up his third egg, so in terms of bingos, he's tied with Azrael. He also has much better progress towards BLTR, having that Hitmonlee in his back pocket. Azrael finds the Flareon! That's 2 EV evolutions and a second bingo for AzraelRavenheart. So, presumably, he just needs to do 20 TMs in Lugia's room and he's done. Or just 30 owned in Lugia's room, really. Or 30 owned, 20 TMs, and Hitmonlee. But he's going for Ariados Ledian? I question this play. And I think he does too. It's possible that Azrael's looking up a guide for how to get through to Lugia's room. Oh god! The place! The place! Dig into earthquake! Tom? You know you could just dig to avoid this damage over here. Whatever. Yeah. And that was a complete misplay because that caused the dig cycle to strongly favor the AI. Yeah. I'm not sure what Azrael thinks. Okay, I think he's just going to... Oh, he hasn't done price yet! Yeah, you kinda need to do that before you go into Lugia's room. Right. So Tom, now picking up his soft sand. In terms of routing options, doesn't... Did he see an Ivy Sword earlier? I could have sworn he did. But at any rate, he doesn't have the Charmeleon info that Azrael has. Well, he might see Gen 1 second stage from this optional that he just hit. There's a Chansey, that's a decent sack of experience at an earlier point in the game. Right now it's just a hindrance. And a Panko, so nothing useful for this trainer. I think Tom's going to be looking for the Aerodactyl. Well, no, he's looking for the Stormy Cloister. That's right. Well, he's looking in the right spot. I can tell you that much. There's the Stormy. There's Glacier Badge for Azrael, so now he can use the Whirlpool HM to get into Lugia's room. Right, so Tom's now going to be looking for the Umbreon here. I forget who caught the Espeon. This Umbreon is going to be another bingo for Tom. He can get his second bingo. There's a flying type Pokemon. And he runs. So I guess runners aren't going for flying type Pokemon. It's a little bizarre. It looks like this Umbrian might be at 10%. So, Tom is gonna be here a while. So Azrael's using Flash to help him along. It's a useful crutch. Especially if you're not too confident with the movement to get to Lugia's room. So, he's gonna sweet scent once. It's a hot dog. And hopefully it gets in the ball. It has Sandstorm! God darn it! Rock type moves! Is it? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's 4 bingos for Azrael. He just needs 20 TMs done. Either 20 TMs or 30 owned. Depends on which one he'd rather go for. Azrael, what are you doing? You're almost done. You just need 1 of 2 easy goals. You don't need to do any more fights. Then Miss Strafe was a strong to learn. What kind of friendo gives everything a rock move? Also, I don't think we got a TM count from any of our runners. We have Tom taking the north route to get to Lugia's room. This is definitely slower. So it looks like Azrael's still trying to go for Ariados Ledian, which, without the phone book trainers, doesn't help him at all. One of the runners went to the department store. I think that was Tom. Tom, meanwhile, not repelling, and also not catching anything for 30 owned. A double mistake. 30 owned would give either of our runners a bingo. In Azrael's case, a 5th bingo. Also not catching any flying type Pokemon, which again would give Tom a bingo and an easy path to Cinco. Ay, ay, ay. Someone just please finish. So, Tom finds an Elder as his Lugia's Rune Pokemon, so that's going to be his second bingo. If he catches an Eevee evolution, that's 3 bingos. Then if you were to actually go for the 7 flying type Pokemon, Tom, that would be game. I'm sorry, evolutions is 3 and 4 bingos. My mistake. And then any other goal besides Ivysaur, Charmeleon, Wartortle would give Tom the W. So Azrael finally gets the Ariados. Getting a TM can from Tom. 5, 7, 20. He has 20 on the nose. That's Tom's third bingo, BLTR. He just needs to catch flying type Pokemon. And then he's done. That or catch an Eevee evolution. RNG hater, Azrael doesn't know that you need to talk to Bill's sister. And yeah, he has max phone book. So that's not done for Azrael. Right as Tom finds a roamer. They're Raichu. Wait. Okay, yeah. Azrael's done. Let's see if they want to come in. So I'm gonna try and get Azrael in for an interview. He's not. That's fine. Tom catches the Umbreon. That's not done for him. Alright, both the runners are done. GG to both of them. Hi. If you are speaking, I can't hear you.
Nope, I was adjusting my headset. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So, I have a couple of questions for you. First of all, after Slowpoke Well, you went into the Pokemon Center to heal. Did you not know that you get a free heal after the Slowpoke Well?
No, I did not.
Well, now you do. You also fought the second trainer in Morty's gym, which is absolutely optional.
I did not know that either. How did you actually skip that one?
Instead of going up 4 steps from the first spinner, you go up 2 steps. And then go left.
Oh, okay. I remember having to stay in line of sight of the trainers for the most part.
Yeah,
So that's just always how I've routed it.
So that's the intended path. But it's faster to just go the other route.
Okay.
I also take it that you don't know that in order to get Bill's phone number, you have to talk to his sister.
Correct. Yep. Thankfully, I had accidentally run into the juggler on 35 because when I moved, they were both facing like up, and then it was like a weird desync. I was actually a little confused when I ran into him because I was like, wait a second, hold on. That's not... Did they get off of the same track somehow?
Yeah, so...
But then I just went back and got his phone number later.
Yeah, so if you come in from the right-hand side, that desyncs the spinning.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's one of the first times I think I've actually come in from the right there, because I wanted to get the Yanma kid's phone number.
Yeah, good call. Also, TM locations.
I know a couple more of them, but once I re-looked at it, I was like, it's probably going to just be faster for me to catch the Pokemon in Lugia's room and then get the Spinarak to 22, because I knew Spinarak didn't need much to evolve.
Right, which leads me to my next question. You opted to go for Sprat Tower, sorry, not Sprat Tower, Tin Tower and Soft Sand early, rather than holding them off until you can actually farm their experience for leveling things up.
Yep, I tend to do the Tin Tower a little bit earlier, especially when 3 level 30s is on the card and I miraculously find the Master Ball so that the third one's really easy. I go there to try to get information. I had no clue where Ariados, Ledian, Omanite, Kabuto, or any of the Hitmans were, so I figured I would go there and, hope for some information. Yeah, it would have been nice if I had the Spinarak at that point, but it's not too big of a loss, especially with Spinarak being pretty low quick evolution.
Yeah. Tom actually found Hitmonlee information off of an optional that he had. I think it was a Pokemaniac.
Okay, yeah, when he marked it, I thought, like, maybe it was in Lake of Rage and he took a random up there and happened to get lucky and find it, kind of just based on what we had marked.
It was actually in Dark Cave. It was a level 30.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna try and get Tom in here real quick. I do not have permissions to pull him in. There you are. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
So, good race?
Just expect Rival 3, who's
Yeah,
crazy
oh my
very
God.
hard.
You were permissions to pull him in.
So,
there you are. Hi,
you
Tom.
ran the T-Tar.
So,
And that thing
good
was
race?
water wall to high hell.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
the Mischievous was dark walled to high hell too. Like
Yeah, oh my
everything
God.
had crunch
You
and
were-
feint attack.
So,
Ouch.
you ran the
So,
T-Tar.
when I say wall,
and
I mean
that thing was water wall to
Tom,
high
you
hell.
didn't have anything that could.
Well, the Mischievous was dark walled to
not
high
as
hell
well.
too. Like
Features
everything
on Rival
had
3.
crunch and feint
the
attack.
strat was to
So,
try to
when I
burning
say
and
walled, I
Yeah, we
mean...
just
saw
try
that.
for good RNG.
Tom, you didn't have
Um,
anything that
I lost so much time on this.
Boy, it would have been nice to have had Boom for that fight.
Yes, I was so sad when I just realized, oh no, I forgot Boom. What I gonna do?
Oh, so you actually meant to forget Icy Wind. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, it was me. Despite that, no, it was a great race. So running Boom on Tyrannita was so cool. uh, Finding the importantly was sexy too. Like, I ran into an additional trainer, and I've got instantly information, and it was at like Dark Cave,
Yeah, I
and
was just telling Azrael. It ended up being the level 30.
I was like, okay, let's try this, and just first try instantly level 30.
Yep. Neither of you. This is something that I noticed throughout the race. Neither of you appear to be going for 30 or 7 flying. And those are
They're ones that are always like sitting there in the back of my mind, depending on positioning. I would have been a lot more aggressive for the 7 flying if I had any kind of hitman information. But by the time I got to the cleanup phase, I had only managed to catch 2 flyers along the way, and I honestly didn't have like a ton of information. So I would have had to chase 5 different Pokemon around,
yeah.
maybe
So
more depending on where, if one landed in Tin Tower or something.
yeah. So this is more of a criticism for Tom because um, if you had gotten 7 flying Pokemon with all the other goals that you had, you could have won this race. And you had several opportunities to catch flying type Pokemon. You ran into a Spearow, a Golbat,
I
and you ran
didn't
from them.
feel like it was that worth to try to catch flying Pokemon because when I saw that goal like quite late at the second gym, I was like, I found no flying Pokemon, so just drop that goal. So I tried to do without that.
I see. All right. Um. So how about that Endure Pupitar? What did you guys think about that?
I obviously I'm gonna catch it because 330s was on the card, and then I looked at it, I saw Endure, I'm like, yes, because I hadn't seen a single Pokemon with Protect, Detector, Endure yet in
Yeah.
the entire seed. So I was like, sweet 3 goal. I mean, even without it, I probably would have just cleaned up the last of the TMs. I did my count. I was at 12. I picked up a couple after that, so it wouldn't have been too terribly awkward to just. I knew I had one in Union Cave to go back for later, and then the ones from the department store.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Tom, you actually had information from a Totodile in Bugsy's gym.
He had a move.
Yeah, he showed us Endure.
Okay, didn't see that.
Oh.
I didn't even see that at all in my run
Yeah.
either.
We
I'm
didn't
pretty
see
sure
that
I
on your side at all.
one-shotted the Totodile.
Yeah. So we were actually a little worried for you not having that information. But it worked out in the end. All right. Let's
Yeah,
get
this was a pretty interesting card because you could easily get every single goal on the card without like an ungodly amount of investment. So the route really was just what did you find along the way before you got to cleanup, and
Yeah.
then how did you want to handle cleanup past that?
Yep, very true. Tom, question for you. Where did you think the Ivysaur, Charmeleon, or Wartortle was?
Game corner.
It was actually in the contest.
What? No way.
Yeah, I caught a Scyther and then I caught a Charmeleon the next encounter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Game Corner had Cloyster behind 1,500 coins, but we got Starmie
Oh.
info, and then when we went to get the Starmie, you ran into the cloister anyway. So I was like,
they were
oh,
both
okay,
in the
fine.
forest.
Okay.
Yeah, Cloister was on the grass, and
Starmie was in the water.
of course.
Where did you get Ammonite, Kabuto, Aerodactyl?
29?
I think there was
Uh,
30 actually. Right
30? Oh,
after the
sorry.
guy with the Aerodactyl.
Yes.
Okay, so like you marked it and I wrote down like 30, 31 to think about later. I got Aerodactyl information along the way. That I was kind of starting to worry that might bite me because I knew it was an Ilex and it was the 7th of 7 ground encounters for me to run into. And I'm just like,
Oh god.
I got to 5 ground encounters. I went to the water to check the 3 in the water, got all 3 in the water, and I was like, well, crap. So I got out and I tried 1 or 2 more times and hit the Aerodactyl. I was like, thank God. Otherwise, I would have just wound up gambling on 30-31 off of where you marked it.
Yeah, so the Aerodactyl was actually on, I think one of the youngsters on 30. And he actually showed Tom Ancient Power.
Ah, when you marked rock move, I figured whatever you were running was different than me, and it learned a rock move along the way.
No,
Because
it
it
was
took
a
me a
trick.
while to even see a rock move outside of like a one random Meowth that had rock throw.
Yeah.
And I marked it down. I'm like, just in case I need to go randomly find a roundabout level 14 Meowth later on to get the rock throw.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. If you have any final thoughts on the ROM card combination on the race.
No, just GG Tom. That was a really good race all around. It was a
Yeah, GG.
fun ROM card combo, and I was super happy to actually get to run one of my favorite Pokemon, even though I was a little skeptical on that starting move set.
Yeah.
I was happy to run the Tyranitar, but just Rival 3, not again.
Yeah, I caught the Tyranitar like the last bit of grass before going into Violet, and I'm just like, oh, T-Tar, how are you? And then I looked at its moves, I'm like, I think I'm going to stick with the Misdreavus.
All right.
Okay, he learned Explosion at level 8.
So. All right.
Okay.
So Azrael, Tom, thank you so much for joining us. I am going to have to cut you off because it is getting a little bit late. But if
Thanks
you
for
want
the
more,
tournament.
if you want more Crystal Randomizer Cinco Bingo, there's another match going on Randomania 2. Commentated by Keysrun and Mizzlesticks. That match is between Horse and the Gamer 7777. Coming up tomorrow, we have Leal versus Halkery. It's going to be 6 p.m. and Randomania 2. Eastern versus Phantom at Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on Randomania. And Paradoxical Remedy versus Fire 1520 in the winner's bracket. Oh, just as I say that, Horse Duns in his race, so GG to Horse. And that's going to be it for me. Once again, my name is Pika Like Salt. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to hear Keezeron and Mizzlesticks interview Horse and Gamer, feel free. Oh, also, don't forget to give our runners a follow. And shout outs to our race streamer, Yanaman.